There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
In this constantly changing world where businesses move at a rapid pace, Innodata solves the toughest challenges in any industry through human expertise and the power of technology. We are a community that thrives on a culture of collaboration, ideation, and innovation. And we want you to be part of our family. Your journey towards a meaningful and thriving career begins with us. Be part of the Inno community. We are Innodata.
At a time when customers are demanding more value more rapidly, you need a transformation partner that can help make your customer experience your competitive differentiator. For years, RRD Go has been helping companies reinvent how they do business and reimagine how customers connect with their brand. Our customized solutions, deep industry expertise, and highly skilled global talent pool empower clients across every industry. We elevate customer engagement with targeted, interactive, and compelling omni-channel communications, and leverage tech-driven solutions to reimagine customer interactions and accelerate your transformation agenda. Our digital and workflow solutions generate actionable insights, enhance organizational flexibility, and simplify transactions. we harness the power of next-level technologies to bring new solutions to life. Everything from automation and data visualization to AI, AR, and beyond. By combining best-in-class, forward-looking technologies with some of the industry's best forward-thinking minds, we can help take your customer experience beyond what you thought was possible. Discover how. Visit rrd.com/go today.
Alright, so good morning everybody and welcome to Jobs 180's 2024 Marketing Me Live with Emilio Aguinaldo College, Cavite. So today we will be joined by speakers from jobs180.com, ADP Philippines, Synchrony, Makati Medical Center, and Shearwater. So before we start, may we invite everybody for the opening prayer followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Il Signore mi rende uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
Dove ci è odio, lasciarlo seminare l'amore.
Where there is hatred, let me sow love.
Dove ci è ferita,
where there is injury,
perdono.
pardon.
Dove ci è
Where there is doubt, faith.
desperazione,
Where there is despair,
sperare, dove ci è nerezza,
where there is darkness,
illuminarsi, dove c'è la tristezza,
where there is sadness,
gioia.
joy.
All right, so good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. So, is everyone ready for today's event? I hope the answer is yes. So, by the way, I am Yumi Ap Abul and I am from jobs180.com, and we are live again via jobs180.com Facebook and jobs180.com YouTube. So, we hope that everybody is as excited as I am to learn new things today. So, to officially start our session today, let us all welcome the Director of the Office of Community Outreach and Alumni Services, Ms. Rona R. Maaba, to give us the opening remarks.
Okay. So, to all the officers of Jobs 180 headed by Mr. Kim Chua, and to Miss Yumi, and to all our alumni and graduating students of Emilio Aguinaldo College, Cavite, a pleasant good morning to everyone. Welcome to our online career orientation event designed to arm you students and alumni with essential skills and insight as you prepare for your future professional journey. We aim to equip you with the tools needed to navigate the hiring process with confidence. We encourage you to actively engage, ask questions, and observe or absorb the insight of our speakers. After this event, we highly encourage you to join us this March 20 in our Career Expo and Job Fair here at Emilio Aguinaldo College Cavite Multipurpose Hall. This event will provide you with networking opportunities and the chance to connect with potential employers. Remember, the Office of Community Outreach and Alumni Services of Emilio Aguinaldo College is committed to your success and is always here to support you every step of the way. With that, we want to congratulate and greet our future career, medical business, and industry professionals, our future mom, our future sir, future doctors, and future engineers. Congratulations in advance. Again, thank you and have a great day ahead.
All right, so thank you so much, Ms. Rona, no, for that wonderful opening remarks. So I hope na ano yung learn nila today is ma-apply nila when they enter the world of work. So now, um, and for our audience today, please comment on your campus, name, year, and course. So again, please comment on your campus name, year, and course. And if you have any questions later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk. So the question and answer portion will happen after each speaker's presentation. So don't forget to tag and share this to your friends, especially those who are not here yet. Mention them in the comment section. And here is our schedule for today. So job applications, using Resume Link by jobs180.com, interview tips and dressing up for success by ADP Philippines, cultivating resilience in the workplace by Synchrony, and industry highlights and career opportunities by Makati Medical Center and Shearwater. So we have great topics for today, and I bet everyone is excited and ready to listen for our speakers for today. And shout out to everyone who is already here na, and for those classmates and schoolmates who are not yet here, tell them to come and watch our webinar because we will sure be learning lots of things that we are going to need when we enter the world of work. So, don't forget to comment your name, year, and of course, your course. And as we go along, type in your questions so we can read it later. Sabi nga ni Susan Rosas, huwag nihihiyang magtanong. So this is your chance to ask before you face the world of work. So to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all hashtag learn together as I introduce our first speaker. So our first speaker will be discussing job applications using ResumeLink. So he has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over more than 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 colleges and universities nationwide. So let us all welcome the managing director of jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, take it away.
everyone. Good day to all of you. My name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. And I'm here to share to you about the most secure tool for job application. This is how you can market yourself more effectively and the different ways to do that. Okay, so let me start. Now, when you apply, you probably have a checklist if you're using the right tool. So just go along with me if you have the right, if you have the same checklist that I have. So ito yung mga things na like kong tinatandaan, no? Will my tool or will the thing that I'll be using help me to stand out? That's the first item that is very important for me. Kailangan mag-stand out ako kasi dami-dami kong kasabayan kalaban sa pag-apply. Another thing in my checklist is that, do I have more than one file? Because oftentimes I have a lot of files. May academic records, may mga government IDs, ang dami mga kailangan hingiin ng mga companies. So I'd like to put them all in one file. And this tool helps me to do that. Okay? Another thing that this tool can do is that it allows me to make the process more efficient. Mas napapabilis yung pag-apply, no? Hindi na napapatagal yung pabalik-balik. So, mas mabilis din syempre tayo maka-move forward. Di ba? And another thing that this tool can do is that wala tong bayad. Mukha lang akong salesman pero libre po ito. Okay? So, this tool is absolutely for free. The most important in my checklist is that this tool, okay, makes my information secured. And I think this is the most important question. Do you want your information to be secured? I hope your answer is yes. Okay? And so with that, let me show you ano tong tool na ito. This tool is called ResumeLink. ResumeLink by definition is the most secured tool for job application. Okay? This is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime, provided that they know the link. So let me use an example. If you are John Santos, just in case lang, your name is John Santos, your resume link would look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. So how do you make one? Okay, how do you make one? Now, the first step is for you to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay? So what do? You go to www.jobs180.com and that is where you now register. Okay? As you register, you just simply fill out the information. These are the basic information. You have the account details, you have your personal information, you have your education background, and just in case you have your work experience, whether it's OJT or it's part-time job or whatever yung work experience na yan, then you proceed to that work experience page. Pero pag wala, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa my education information. Okay? After doing so, you now start to create your resume link. So ano ba ang basihan ng resume link? Kadalasan, ang resume link natin, we base it on our name. We base it on our unique name. Okay, so as an example, if you're John Santos, then you say johnsantos.jobs180.com. Now, what about during scenarios where you create your resume link tapos may nauna sa inyo? May ibang John Santos, may kapangalan ka, no, nauna sa inyo. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon na red na box. Sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Na okay, malungkot pag taken na. Okay lang, maging creative lang kayo ng konti. Pwede mo balik na rin. Pwede mo sabihin Santos John. Okay, you can also say Santos J. O kaya J Santos. O kaya JS, di ba? Or SJ. Depende sa link na gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize here, wag po kayong OA. Pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, huwag mo gagawin tipong nakalagay Cutie Pie, Lover Boy, Barbie doll, di ba? Because it doesn't sound professional. Imagine going to a company and the HR will ask you, do you have a resume? Tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya, meron po, ang resume ko ay eljablo.jobs180.com. Di ba? Baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. So I don't recommend that you do something like that. Just stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Now, in creating a resume link, you have to use a valid email. Emails like Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, any email, basta nabubuksan nyo, wag na wag ka lang gagamit ng facebook.com na email. Okay? Do not use something like, example lang patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use patricia@facebook.com na email. Okay? In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So use something that you can open. Why is it important for you to open your email? Because you have to verify your account. Okay? Remember, pag nag-verify, yan ang ebidensya na ikaw nag-register talaga. Yan ang proof. Diba? And at the same time, if you verify your account, then you'll be receiving notifications from the companies as well as Jobs180. If you do not verify your account, hindi nyo na po marireceive yung mga notification ng mga companies. So, sayang naman. Diba? Might as well verify your account first. Okay? Now, you're done with the first step. After you verify. So, ano na ang second step? Ang second step is the most logical of all the steps. You have to complete all the information. Very logical. Sino sa inyo mag-apply sa mga kumpanya bungi-bungi detalye? Sino sa inyo magbibigay ng resume sa mga HR tapos kulang-kulang details nyo? I don't think you'll do that because you're just wasting your time. Instead, kumpletuhin yung information nyo bago kayo mag-submit dun sa mga companies. Okay? So, step 2, complete the information. And how do you do that? Punta kayo ulit dun sa website, www.jobs180.com, and this time, you don't need to register again kasi may account ka na eh. What you need to do is you have to log in. Okay? Now, as you log in, you start to put your registered email or your resume link and then your password na ikaw lang may alam. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, once you're inside your account, you start to fill in the blanks. Ganun lang kasimple. Fill in the blanks. So, the things that you see here, yung mga contents, napakasimple lang. Yung mga personal details nyo, lagay mo dyan. Diba? All the information na sa tingin nyo relevant, you put it there. Now, I have some emphasis lang on items na madalas na miss out ito ng mga aplikante. Ano yung mga yon? Sa contact information, you have to put here all the possible ways na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media handles nyo. Ba't ko nasabi yan? Because in reality is, pag tinatawagan kayo ng mga HR, madalas hindi naman ina-answer eh. Lalo na pag hindi nyo kilala, pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, sino kaya ito? Diba, hindi mo kilala. Ano gagawin? Hahayaan mo na lang. Diba, antayin mo kung may mag-message sa inyo. Paano kung yung HR hindi naman masipag hindi masipag mag-message? Masipag lang siya magtawag. That's why I recommend you put here all the possible means na pwede ka makontak. Kagaya ng social media nyo. Put your Facebook there, yung mga messenger nyo, mga Twitter nyo, iba pang mga paraan, social media handles para mabilis kayo ma-reach out. Diba? Message na lang. Are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So lahat ng paraan, lagay mo dyan. What else do you put here? You also put here yung inyong mga work options. Sa work options naman, you just choose lang, parang yes or no lang yan, parang switch, no? Kung ano yung mga options na gusto ninyo. No, willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, you can also put it here. Okay? And then in terms of education, obvious naman, yung alma mater nyo, lagay nyo dito. Diba? Yung mga pampakapal ng resume, sa seminars attended, kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo, okay lang. Basta lang make sure, alam nyo na pag-usapan doon sa seminar na yon. Pagdating sa certification, ganun din yan. Walang limit sa space yan. Achievements, recommend ko dito is you don't only put yung mga achievement nyo inside the school. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo academically inclined. Some of us are not very active sa school, pero active tayo sa mga social civic organization. Diba? So, even if it's outside of the school, you can also put it there. As long as you think it is an achievement, you put it there. Okay? Now, in terms of skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang yan ha. Sa skills, do not limit your skills dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi perkat education ng course mo, ang ibig sabihin, ang skills na alam mo lang ay magturo. Hindi perkat accounting ang course mo, ang alam mo lang gawin or ang skills mo ay mag-debit, credit at mag-balance sheet. Diba? So, marami kang alam na iba pa mga skills na kahit walang connect sa course, you can also put it here. Sample, photography, diba? Videography, diba? And all the other things, calligraphy, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? When it comes to languages, I'm sure alam nyo, 2 lengguwahe na at the minimum. You know English and you know Filipino. If you know local dialect, to be specific, lagi mo Tagalog, Chabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, 'di ba? Ilonggo, wala naman limit sa space eh. 'Di ba? If you know foreign languages, put it there. Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kung ano man 'yan, ilagay nyo. Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to the prospective company. Now, when it comes to references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang tanong lang dyan, kayo ba kilala nila? Kasi madalas pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinakamalupit dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala. Okay, so please advise yung mga references nyo na ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, I'd like to highlight yung mga things that you don't find in a traditional resume. Ano yung mga yan? Diba? Ito yung mga yun. Let me start with the portfolio section. The portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. And I think with this day and age, dito pumapasok yung efficiency ng ating application sa mga companies. Because oftentimes, when we apply to companies, marami mga hinihingi, mga pre-employment requirements. They will ask for mga documents, mga proof that is showing na yan talaga yung mga skills nyo. So, kung ano man meron yung mga documents, you can now take a picture, you can scan them, and you can upload it here. Example, government IDs. Diba? Meron ka mga transcripts, academic records. Diba? You can put that there. Okay? Kung meron mga medical clearance na kailangan, ganun din. Hindi na kailangan magpabalik-balik sa company. Oh, ayos ba? Oh, ito pa. Diba? But wait, there's more. Ito na yun. Itong isa pang gusto ko i-recommend sa inyo, yung tinatawag natin selfie video. Nowadays, I think, it is not very difficult to create a selfie video. Diba? Ito may TikTok nga kayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman paano gumawa ng selfie video. So I don't need to teach you how to create a selfie video. What I need to share to you na lang is yung anong kailangan sabihin pagka gumawa ka ng selfie video. Okay, this time, what I recommend is you say something interesting about yourself. Okay? So, you pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Di ba? Ano yung matatanong sa atin? Why should we hire you? Di ba? Tell me something about yourself. Why should we consider you among all the other applicants? O, di ba? Ang kagandahan ngayon is you create that video for about 1 minute or less. Hindi kailangan sobrang haba, no? Mga 1 minute lang or less. Pero ang maganda rito is na-evaluate na nung HR yung inyong communication skills. If you can speak in English, then I recommend you speak in straight English. But if you cannot, it's okay as long as you're able to show your personality. You can also showcase here yung mga hard skills nyo. Ano yung mga hard skills? Kagaya ng mga video na panood ko dati, pinakita nila how to use a soldering iron, how to properly handle a welding machine, diba? How to fold table napkins. O, ganun, diba? So, depende kung ano yung mga skills na alam mo at depende kung ano yung nasa field mo rin, 'di ba, na napag-aralan, 'di ba? So, gusto mo magpakita ka paano mag-balance sheet, pwede rin. O, 'di ba? Again, it really depends on what you wanted to show dun sa HR. Ang point is, you don't need to travel back and forth para lang ipakita on the spot dun sa HR yung inyong hard skills. And most importantly, hindi na kailangan magkaroon ng maraming aberya, maraming istorbo, 'di ba? Sometimes when we try to contact you for the phone interview, maingay yung background, hindi marinig, 'di ba? Mahina signal, maingay, ano nangyari? Nasa biyahe, 'di ba? Or sometimes hindi magtugma yung schedule. At least with that selfie video, it makes the process now more efficient. Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that you also upload here your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, you don't need to go to the studio para magpa-picture. Huwag ka na gumastos. Ang importante lang dyan, tumingin ka sa camera, okay, with plain background, at of course, magbihis ka naman ng maayos, 'di ba? And then you're good to go. Huwag mo gagawin yung mga nasa right side ng screen niyo. Those samples that I'm showing you, it doesn't look professional. Imagine, di ba, yung mga selfie, mga nilagay ng avatar, yan, huwag nyo gawin yan. Okay? Huwag nyo gawin yan. It doesn't look nice, doesn't look professional. Okay? Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that meron tayong tinatawag na cover photo. Ayan, pasintabi sa matatamaan. May iba sa inyo nakikinig ngayon, hindi naman kayo gifted with writing skills. Some of us are having a difficult time expressing our thoughts and feelings into words. So ano pwede mo gawin? You can now use those pictures to represent your personality or to showcase yung inyong skills. Example, look at the one on the left, yung nasa baba. Ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, ophthalmologist, optometrist, or eye expert. Yung nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, para siyang admin or clerical work. Or maybe makalat kasi tingnan mo yung lamesa ang kalat-kalat. O, di ba? Again, it depends on the interpretation of the person looking at it. This is an example of someone into HR or maybe into psychology. And this one is an example, it's a very good example by the way, of someone who wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. Hindi po yan miyembro na Akit Bahay Gang. Okay? Ang gusto niya sabihin, you will be able to reach yung goal mo by taking one step at a time. Oh, di ba? You get what I'm saying now. So I'm showing you good examples para you can draw inspiration from. And I will also show you not so good examples. Ito yung wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Maglagay ka ng picture mo dyan. Lalaki man, babae, in between, okay lang. Ilagay mo dyan. Member man tayo ng LGBTQ+, okay lang. You put it there. At least alam ng HR who to expect. A lot of times, yung mga pangalan kasi very interchangeable nowadays. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako, di ba? Eh, pag iba nababasa ko mga resume, ano nakalagay sa resume nila? Chris, nakalagay George, Alex, Sam, Nick, di ba? Joey. I would assume lalaki. Yun pala, babae. O, di ba? So that's why you better make sure you put your picture there. And wag naman pugot yung ulo nyo pag nilagay ng picture. Dapat kompleto. Okay? Never leave this blank because if you leave this blank, it will not catch the HR's attention. Trust me. Kung ikaw ang HR, wala ka namang ibang makita dyan, malamang mangyayari dito, next applicant na. Okay? And then if you want to catch the HR's attention, do not create something like this. This is just my opinion. I don't think this looks professional kasi ang dating parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, no? Parang chill-chill, walang pakialam sa buhay. Again, that is just my interpretation. Okay? So I showed you the good and not so good examples para you'll be guided. Now you can just play along later on kung anong sa tingin nyo mas bagay sa inyong background or sa inyong sa gusto niyo ipakita sa personality niyo. Okay? Now let's examine a very good example. Look at this person, itong eye expert. Bakit maganda itong example ng kanyang resume link? Because all the information you're seeing here, kompleto na. 'Di ba? Hindi ka na magpabalik-balik eh. Kung ikaw yung HR, everything that you need to ask or you want to know about the applicant, you already find it here. If you're the applicant, you might as well put everything there para wag mo na antayin pa yung time na hihingiin pa sa'yo ng HR yung mga documents yan. Baka hindi na mangyari yun. Baka may ibang aplikante na mas assertive, nilagay lahat ng mga information na i-process na siya kaagad. Diba? Now, at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Sir, okay nga tong resume link. Kaso lang, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, hindi. Kaya nga tinawag na the most secure tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings. Ikaw mismo, as an account user or as a resume link owner, ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo. And how will that happen? When you log into your dashboard, as you can see in my screen, when you log into your dashboard, you will find the resume link settings. Pagpunta mo sa settings mo, puntahan mo yung privacy settings at doon ka mamili ngayon ng information you want to show or hide in public. So let me use an example. If you don't want to show your birthday, what do? You turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you turn it off. You don't want to show your address, what do? Turn it off. Diba? So yung mga information na in-off mo, hindi lalabas sa public. Now, if ever lang you decide to change your mind, ang maganda dito sa resume link, updated yan, real time. As in real time. So 5 minutes later, you want to share your birthday, turn it on. What happens? Lahat ng mayroong alam ng resume link mo, alam na niya yung birthday mo. Diba? If 2 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, you save your profile, lahat ng may alam ng resume link mo, alam na rin yung inyong address. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, depende na sa inyo kung ano gusto mo on or off. If you want to turn off everything, then okay lang. You can just turn off the button. Enable public resume link, off. Wala nang lalabas sa public. Kahit na anong information. Okay? So, yan ang re-remind ko sa inyo. This, the second step is for you to complete the information, and in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting, diba? Yung information mo kompleto at updated ang details nyo para mabilis kayo makontak ng mga HR. Now, we go to the last step. Pangatlo na, last step na to. The last step is for you to submit. Now, how will you submit your resume link to those companies? You might be thinking you want to explore opportunities outside of the Philippines. Maybe you want to join some job fairs later on. You want to apply online. You want to, marami, walk-ins, diba? Depende kung ano, kasi bumabalik na yung face-to-face ngayon. So, lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyo, lahat ito, practical application. Lahat yan, makaka-relate kayo. Ano yung first one? The first one is you go online. Of course. Diba? Yan ang fastest way. You just connect via your phone, via kung ano man gadget mo, go to jobs180.com, search for companies. And by the way, speaking of search, you can only search for company, tatlo lang pwede mo i-search ha. Search for company name, position title, and location. Doon sa search bar, hindi mo pwede ma-search ang resume link. So example lang, ikaw si John Santos, okay? O kaya ikaw si, ako na lang, Kim, halimbawa lang, subukan mo pumunta sa jobs180.com, doon sa search bar, type mo doon Kim. Tingnan mo kung may lumabas. Malamang sa malamang, walang lalabas. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Kim. Other than that, walang lalabas dyan. Kasi hindi siya searchable. So, the only time a company would be able to know your information is if and when you give your exact resume link to that company. So, ikaw may control. Ayos? So, tuloy natin. Okay, tuloy natin. So, if you're going to search for companies, what do? Just go to the website of jobs180.com, search for companies. Kung may lumabas, edi meron. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin magkaroon ng something kung wala talaga. Diba? Okay, so ano gagawin? Tingnan mo yung mga companies. Kung meron kang type, edi gawin nyo, check nyo yung opportunities. After that, you now submit your information to that company. Okay, and when you submit your information to the company, it will ask for your profile, for your resume link and password. So ikaw lang magbibigay ng consent dun sa company. Okay? Now another option is for you to send resumes via email. Now there's nothing wrong in sending resumes through email. Ang tanong dito is, how are you sending your resumes through email? Do you do it like this? Do you say, "Dear HR manager, I'd like to apply for the following position. This is my resume." Tapos mag-attach ka ng Word file, PDF file, or whatever file you have. If you're doing those attachments pa, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore. If you're going to write an email and send your resume, just simply type your resume link there. "Dear HR manager, I would like to apply for the following position. This is my resume." In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, jobs180.com, send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kabilis. Diba? Whatever changes you need to do, you put it inside your resume link. You don't have to keep on sending another attachment. Paano kung imagine mo na lang, nag-attach ka ng Word file, diba? Ng PDF file. Tapos nagpalit ka ng address, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na may HR. "Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated resume." Ganun ba? Paano kung 2 months later, lumipat ka ng bahay, iba na address mo, send ka ulit ng bagong resume? "Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated, most recent resume." I don't think you'll do that. Kasi kung ganun ang ginagawa mo, sayang sa oras yan, nakakapagod sa part mo, lalong-lalo naman sa part ng HR, mas nakakapagod to keep track kung saan dyan yung pinaka-updated na attachment or pinaka-updated na resume ng aplikante. And this time around, if you have your resume link, all you need to do is just update your resume link at lahat na may alam ng resume link mo, makikita nila yung pinaka real-time update ng profile or information. Ayos ba? Ayos ba? Sige, another one. For those who wanted to use a hard copy, gusto mo talaga may hard copy ka when you apply to those companies, you want to give something, then this is also possible. What do? You go to your dashboard inside your job seeker account, then you can print your resume link. Mamili ka lang, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. O di ba? Maginhawa sa buhay. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare ng maraming mga pages. Minsan, di ba, yung mga aplikante, mga 2-3 pages ang isang set ng resume. Palibasa, yung font size 45. Kaya umaabot ng 2-3 pages. O di ba? Pero this time, the system will try to compress everything na into 1 page. Just in case you really want to have a hard copy. O di ba? Tipid. Okay? Another thing pa for me to encourage you to do is you use resume link cards. Resume link cards. Ano tong resume link card? Kung sa mga nagtatrabaho na, tawag namin business card. Sa mga nag-a-apply, tawag dyan, resume link card. So in one piece of paper, whether short bond or long bond paper, you can now design it your own way. You can design it, depende kung ano ang gusto mo, pagiging creativity mo. Ikaw bahala. You can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa laki or liit. Diba? Kasi laki ng index card or kasi liit lang ng mga normal business cards natin. Diba? So, depende. So, maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards na. And so, after you have it printed out, pwede ka na ngayon maggupit-gupit. Gupit-gupit na lang. Diba? 10 or 20, bawat kumpanya, you can now start to give that as a hard copy. Hard copy pa rin naman yan eh. But this time, why am I encouraging you to use resume link cards instead of the traditional long bond or short bond paper? Bakit? Una-una, tipid. Diba? Because of course, right now, eto, tipid. Kasi if you're going to apply to 20 companies, you don't need to print 20 sets of long bond papers. You just need to print one long bond paper and cut 20 small pieces of resume link cards. O, diba? That's for the cost side. Tipid na. Pangalawa, at mas importante, security of information. Diba? You want to have peace of mind. Paano ko nasabi yan? Kapag ikaw yung nagbigay sa isang kumpanya ng long bond paper or short bond paper, example lang, no? It's a traditional resume. And for some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Okay? Nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan. Kasalanan ng hangin eh. Diba? May nakapulot na stranger. All your information, alam na nung stranger. Tama? And you cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Hindi mo kilala pero alam niya yung buong details mo. Now, using your resume link card, same scenario. Nagbigay ka ng resume link card sa company, nilipad ng hangin ngayon. May na stranger na nakapulot, okay lang. Bakit? Kampante ka. Kasi yung resume link, ikaw may control ng privacy settings mo. That's why, in your resume link card, what I recommend, you just simply put your name and your resume link. Dalawa lang. That's it. If you want to put your mobile number, it's okay. It's up to you. You can put it there. Diba? Pero ang point ko is, resume link, pwede na siya makita ng mga HR or mga companies na bibigyan mo. Diba? So you have peace of mind now. Okay? So there's a lot of advantages using resume links. In fact, doon pa lang sa privacy portion, panalong-panalo ka na. Ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo real time. Pagdating sa speed of hire, it becomes faster and more efficient because whatever you want to show the HR, you just attach it there. Whatever the HR needs from you, they just ask from you. Diba? You take a picture, you scan them, upload it there, and later on, pag okay na, you now turn off yung privacy settings mo. Diba? Or you can remove them in the attachments. Diba? Cost efficient, definitely wala tong gastos, tipid. Diba? If you're thinking, ay sir, paano po yung internet? Kailangan ng pang-load. Pwede ka maging resourceful. Connect lang tayo sa mga libreng wifi. O, diba? And then, pagdating sa flexibility, if you really want to have it printed out, yung inyong resume, you also have the option to print it out. That's like how I showed it to you, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, it's really up to you. Pero ang point ko is, resume link na lahat yan. Okay? And you can use this to any platform, whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it sa mga messenger nyo, you want to share it sa email, sa Viber, sa text, di ba? Gusto mo, kaya ko bahala. Di ba? Gusto mo, sulat mo sa papel, tapos gawa ka ng airplane, palipad mo, di ba? May nakakuha, alam niya yung resume link mo. Ikaw bahala. Okay? Ikaw may control kung sino ang gusto mo bigyan. Okay? You don't have to use your USBs anymore. You don't have to save it sa hard drive. Baka mawala pa yung USB nyo. Delikado. Diba? Wag na. Baka kung ano pa makita ng mga nakakapulot ng mga USB na yan. Okay? So you don't need to worry about compatibility as well because this is compatible to any platform. If you're using Android, you're using Safari, kung ano magamit mo, pwede yan sa kahit anumang version. Okay? And so, just to promote lang, If you want to be part of our team, we're also hiring. Mismo sa jobs180.com, we're hiring for several opportunities, several vacancies yan. Check out na lang yung aming jobs180.com/jobs180 na page. Okay? And by the grace of God, shout out lang ako, right now we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, from north all the way to the south of the Philippines. Thank you, Lord. O, diba? Ang kinalat namin, hindi lang virus. Biro lang. Kinalat namin, ResumeLink. Yan ang kinalat natin. So, a lot of schools now, including your alma mater, are now using the ResumeLink. So, I hope it doesn't stop here. No? You become a blessing to others as well. If you have friends, you have yung mga relatives mo na sa tingin mo kailangan nitong tool na ito, you can share it to them. Wala namang bayad eh. Libre naman yan. Okay? And so, as we close this portion, I'd like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions. Baka ito yung mga agam nyo or ito yung mga questions na gusto nyo tanungin. Sagutin ko na muna. Okay? Unang tanong, can I give my resume links to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at ikaw may control, sino bibigyan mo nun? Ikaw lang ang magbibigay. Diba? So, ikaw lang may alam sino binigyan mo. Okay? Now, second question, is it the same as other job platform kagaya ng JobStreet, LinkedIn, or any other job site? The answer is no. May dalawang pagkakaiba. And let me use an example here. Let me do a shout out to JobStreet, no? Because I think you guys know what JobStreet is. So, shout out lang to them sa mga nasa JobStreet. If you're using JobStreet na resume, you can only apply to companies who are using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. Pero pag gamit mo yung resume link mo, pwede mo yung gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino, kahit na anong platform. Diba? Basta alam ng HR yung eksaktong link mo at ikaw magbibigay nun. That's the first difference. Second difference, if you have already submitted your JobStreet resume to an HR, you cannot change anything anymore. Well, you can on your end, but it will not be reflected on the HR. Hindi siya magiging real-time update. Comparing it to resume link ni Jobs 180, you can update it real-time. 2 days later, 5 minutes later, 6 weeks later, ikaw bahala. Anytime nag-update ka ng information, lahat na in-update mo, dagdag bawas, will be reflected real-time across all na may alam ng resume link mo. Okay? So those are the two major differences. Now, pagdating sa pangatlong question, yan ang pinaka-simpleng tanong. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na job application platform. Okay? So, use your resume link. Number 4 question, I think is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? The answer is every time. Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Okay? Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Lalong-lalo na yung contact details mo. Kasi imagine, binago mo lahat. Binago mo yung work experience mo, nagkaroon ng awards, nagkaroon ng achievement, hindi ka naman makontak ng HR. Wala rin, di ba? Sayang din. That's why you have to update yung contact details nyo. Okay? And the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang, palaisipan. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. And in case you're wondering, no, you wanted to raise a concern, bakit hindi po 360? Kasi pag 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. Ikot ka lang na ikot, wala kang pupuntahan. 'Di ba? Bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Oh, ha? O, di ba? Char lang yan. Okay? So, anyways, again, kung meron pa kayo ibang questions, just in case you have questions, okay, you may send those questions here through our website, www.jobs180.com. You can also email us or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, pati na rin sa TikTok. Okay? So, check us out on all our social media platform. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa. Okay? Isang magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much, Sir Kim, for introducing to us the resume link of jobs180.com. So to our audience, unfortunately, Sir Kim will be joining later on sa ating program. So if you have any questions regarding the resume link or if you have any questions for Sir Kim, you can email him at info@jobs180.com or you may visit our Facebook page. It is facebook.com/jobs180.com. So now we surely know how to apply for jobs using the resume link, which is also very convenient and very cost efficient for us as we become job seekers, no? So now we will be learning about the interview tips and dressing up for success. So our second speaker will be presenting interview tips and dressing up for success. So she has been in the BPO industry since 2007, and she is a former member of the academy, and she has been part of the HR training, and operations upon joining the corporate industry. So with ADP, she has handled niche and volume hiring and is also currently one of those tasked to management the hiring platform for Philippines talent acquisition. So let us all welcome Ms. Potch Tort, the Talent Acquisition Manager Operations Probe Group of ADP Philippines. So hi,
Hi,
Miss.
Yumi. Good
Nice to see you
morning.
again po. Good morning po.
Nice to see you again. Good morning. Are you able to hear me well enough and
Yes,
see me
ma'am, your
well
audio
enough?
and your video is fine po.
All right, good. Shall I share my presentation?
Oh, sure, ma'am. You can share your screen po.
All right. Uh, oops. Sige. All right. Let me know if I'm good.
Okay po, ma'am. So it is now loading po. Okay. Nakikita na po yung screen niyo po, ma'am.
All right. Shall I start?
Yes, ma'am. If you're ready, so I'll be back later after your talk po.
Alrighty. So, good morning, everyone. As mentioned by Yumi, my name is Poch. I represent ADP Philippines, and our company has been a partner of Jobs 180 since pre-pandemic days. So, it's been a very long and fruitful relationship between Jobs 180 and ADP. So, we are glad to be invited to the spotlight activity for your institution for today. And we have been tasked to discuss a new topic, which is dressing up and interview tips. So I know that a lot, not a lot, majority of us, of you guys right now viewing are either viewing this from home, from school, from a remote location, definitely. But of course, even if we are working from home, studying from home, or doing activities from home, it's still very important to know how to look good, how to dress up, and how to survive, quote unquote, our interviews if we are to go through the interview process. So, let me proceed first by sharing with you my company, ADP. So I represent ADP Philippines. What is ADP? So ADP stands for Automatic Data Processing. So who we are is we are about people. We are about providing service for people, providing solutions for human resources management. So ADP has a long-standing global history. This 2024, we are celebrating our 75th year. And for years now, we have been added as Fortune magazine's world's most admired companies. So, what do? We are a comprehensive global provider of cloud based human capital management solutions. So even before the proliferation of the terms artificial intelligence or the cloud, we are already providing such type of solutions. Human capital management. So for those of you taking HR courses who are viewing us right now, so this includes payroll, HR, talent, time, tax, and benefits administration. So if we think about it, this is the from hire to retire stage of employees. We provide support for that. So here's a little visual of what we do and what we are. So we focus on our clients' biggest investment, challenge, and opportunity, which is people. We are a people centric company. Different companies have different focus, right? And they have different expertise. But for us, our expertise would be people management or human capital management. So think of it this way to simplify. Companies have employees, right? And employees, they pay their taxes, they look for benefits, they do time in, time out, they get hired, eventually they resign or they retire. There are a lot of processes related to managing an employee. So what ADP does is ADP does that for a client so that the client can focus on their business and ADP can take care of its employees. So I guess the best example we can think of is, let's say you have a small business, like you have a bakery, right? And then if your bakery has 10 employees, imagine if you have to do the taxes for all your 10 employees, if you have to do the HMO for all your 10 employees, if you have to do the PhilHealth Pag-ibig SSS in the Philippine context of your employees, right? You as an entrepreneur, would you still have time to focus on the baking, on the development of products? Probably not as much. So ADP takes care of your HR needs so that you can focus on your business. So that's what the company is. That's what the company stands for. And in the Philippines, ADP has been around for 13 years. And like what I said, globally, we have been around for 75 years. Why do companies choose us? Why do employees choose us? Why choose ADP for future opportunities, whether for partnership or for employment? Definitely, growth is one factor. Um, Companies currently, both local and internationally, are realizing that the HR facet of their business can be done by someone else, can be supported by someone else. So the more companies realize that, the more companies will partner with ADP. Stability, like what I said, 13 years in the Philippines, 75 years globally, wouldn't reach that point if there wasn't stability in the company. And of course, the culture. Culture changes. Culture is very flexible. And in my experience, in my personal experience with ADP, the company shifts along the global culture. It adjusts. It makes sure that it's able to catch up with the needs of the current environment, and it tries its best to provide a healthy environment for both the client and for the employee. So that's who we are. That's what ADP is. So let's now proceed with the topic at hand. So, the topic at hand that we have been requested to discuss is dressing up for work. And like what I said earlier, a lot of people, employees, students, anyone basically who already has access to remote employment, remote school, they would think, why do I still have to dress up for work? Is this still necessary? So, let's look at the types first of wardrobe or outfits or classifications of clothing that we use for work. So, of course, there's the standard business professional. When we were kids, right? There's an aspiration that we think about that. Oh, when I grow up, I want to be like something, right? So you can either look like a doctor, and you know the standard outfit of a doctor, a nurse, there's a standard outfit to that, a firefighter, a policeman, a politician. I'm kidding. But of course, in a business setup, in a business environment, there's a standard idea, right? We see that from our aunties and uncles and parents when we were younger. The men are always relatively in suits, right? Three piece, your tie, your coat, and then your proper trousers, and then your leather shoes, right? Your females are pretty much in the same type of outfit minus the tie, right? But of course, at present, women wear ties too. I myself have like a couple in my closet. So usually the standard is that you have an overcoat or something that is on top of your standard of your underclothing or your blouse or your top. But of course, the idea is this is usually formal, this is properly fitted, and definitely this is what others would call conservative. So this is the most formal of all the work outfits. And then you have the second one, which is the business casual. This is what is standard practice now, I think, for a lot of those that we see in the business districts in Makati, in BGC, in what's the business district in Quezon City? Quezon City, right? So there's a standard, it's no longer a three-piece suit because, for one, it's very warm in the Philippines, right? Imagine if you're wearing a three-piece suit, automatically, right? Baskil, as they say. You have to be able to pick outfits that fit the environment. So usually for males, they still wear shirts, as we call it. So what our elders call long sleeves, right? Is long sleeves or polo. And because of the weather, definitely the fabric is thinner. Same with the women, right? The women would be wearing the same type of top, and then again with the fabric that's a little bit cooler, wearing collared shirts, right? Formal shirts could be long sleeves or short sleeves, so long as it is proper for work. Usually, it's buttoned down. So women do wear skirts or dresses, often not so tight, often not so short. Men would wear trousers. It could be slacks, as they like to call it, right? And usually with a thinner fabric. I think we can also attribute this to the popularity of, I'll name the brand, Uniqlo Airism, right? Because if it's Airism, it's formal, yet the fabric is very airy. So business casual is the middle ground of your business outfits and your casual outfits. And then there's the third one, and this is something that's more common to the newer industries. So what are the newer industries? Your sunshine industries, the BPO industry, the KPO industry, of which ADP is a part of. The work wherein the younger generation, so to speak, are hired majority of the time. So this is the smart casual outfit. So with ADP right now, our dress code is smart casual. So, what is smart casual? Usually for males, if you're looking at smart casual, you're looking at a more relaxed type of environment. So, this is already the environment where people wear jeans, right? This is already an environment wherein people are wearing other colors than the standard black or the standard dark blue. For females, this is already where they put in textures. This is already where they wear more colorful blouses, right? Things are a little more casual, but still proper for work. And when it comes to footwear, this is already the time when women start wearing flats, or if they still prefer to wear heeled shoes, it's a little bit more moderate, no longer as high or no longer as painful as they ask for. So, this is the standard outfit nowadays for the workplace environment. So in my case today, I'm wearing the uniform, as we'd like to call it. So company shirts are also part of your smart casual outfits. There are companies who do allow for casual clothing nowadays, and that's also okay, because I think this came about due to the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, definitely things have changed, and also the approach to dressing up has also changed. But going back to what I started with earlier, do I still need to dress up during work from home? If I'm at home and no one else sees me, and I do have to work or study or attend a lecture, do I still need to dress up? And the resounding answer to that is yes, there are benefits to dressing up, even if you are at home, even if you are just in front of a device when you are doing your work or doing your schoolwork. So it gives you a sense of normalcy, right? It puts you in a situation wherein, okay, I'm still studying, I'm still working, so I need to be in a physical state of of work a physical state of school. It helps establish a routine, right? When we go to work, we wake up, we get dressed, we hopefully take a bath, brush our teeth, and all that, and then dress up and then travel, right? So there's a routine. If we're working from home or studying from home, for other people, they're asleep, they wake up, they turn on the computer, that's it, right? They still have their drool, they still have their eyes half open. And it doesn't really show well, especially in on cam situations. So it's best to be able to do that so that there's a routine. You continue doing what you're usually doing. It helps you keep focused and productive. Sometimes when you're dressed up, you put yourself in a position wherein this outfit tells me that it's time to work, this outfit tells me that it's time to study, and therefore I am able to focus on my task. It improves on your self image, especially in on cam situations. If your professor or your boss would see you and then you look sloppy, or you look like you just woke up, or your hair is up here, right? In a Cindy Lauper outfit. I don't know if you guys know Cindy Lauper still, but if it's up there, right? Kind of questions the professional status of the conversation that you're having in an on cam situation. And of course, it saves time. When you are not dressed up, and then your boss suddenly calls you and tells you, hey, I need you in a video call right now, then you have to rush, right? But if you're already prepared, then your boss tells you, hey, I need you in a call right now, then you are already ready to turn on your cam and to go into the call. And the last thing that I put on there is that it helps maintain work life boundaries. That's one of the negative things that I think have been brought about by this whole work from home, school from home situation. We've been hearing stories in the media wherein instead of just working for 9 hours a day, instead for just studying for 9 hours per day, you get added work, you get added task because of the idea na nasa bahay ka lang naman. Nasa bahay ka lang naman, you can do this. Nasa bahay ka lang naman, you can do that. But if you're able to establish a routine, you know that even if you're at home, you know that your work or your school starts at this time and ends at this time. So it helps you set your boundaries when it comes to work time or school time. There. So, tips when it comes to dressing up. Of course, you need to keep it clean and put together. You don't necessarily have to have a three-piece suit all the time, right? Just make sure that you keep it clean. Make sure that it's all set up properly. You have all the pieces together. You have your proper top, proper bottom, proper undies, proper footwear, proper hair accessories, proper jewelry if you do wear jewelry. So make sure they all go together. In environments wherein they allow for casual clothing, if you recall, I mentioned earlier for ADP, we're in the business casual slash casual dress code right now, brought about by the pandemic. You just have to make sure that it's clean, right? No holes on the jeans, skirts that are not too short. They say there's a rule wherein you bend. So this works for both men and women, right? Stand upright and then bend downward. If anything is seen from behind or from in front, then maybe it's not the best outfit for work. So do the bend test. And then when you do the bend test, check in front, check behind. If anything can be seen, might not be the most put together outfit out there. Dress up according to your mood. So how's that, Pot? She said that we need to keep it clean and put together. What if my mood is to be dirty and scattered, right? Definitely, then you're not in the mood for work. Like what I said, having a routine will put you in the mood, will put you in the mindset that hey, it's time for work. And maybe your mood will reflect your colors. Oh, today I'm in the mood to wear red, or today I'm in the mood to wear black, or today I'm in the mood to wear prints, right? um, it gives you the freedom to do that. For institutions wherein you have uniforms, you can accessorize, right? Just as a side note, if you have your digital watches or digital devices, you can change the type watch face, right? So it's pretty much the same thing. Change your watch face, change your jewelry, change your earrings, right? You can't see it because I'm wearing a headset, but I have my pair on right now. So you dress it up, you jazz it up according to your mood, and keep it interesting. Accessories are very helpful to make your outfits a little more extra. So, for example, if there's a piece that you always like wearing, like a neck piece, right? Oh, why do you have that neck piece? Oh, I got this from Baguio or something, right? Oh, why do you wear that bracelet? Oh, I got this from Davao or Mindanao or something. So, anything that will pique interest in your outfit, that actually will be helpful. Even if your outfit is very formal, very muted, you add one small piece, right? It brightens up what you are wearing. So I don't know if you encountered this joke, but when I was younger, there's a running joke in my family that the newscasters only dress well up here, and then when they stand up, they're in shorts. So some people did that during the work from home era, or are still doing that during the work from home era. You don't have to do it. You can just keep it clean, put together. It doesn't have to be a different top, different bottom. Try to put together a whole outfit. So don't do that. There. So let's proceed to our interview tips to close off our presentation, right? So usually for us, because we are in the field of HR and we do interview, so we do share a little bit of interview tips before we end our presentations. So I always tell participants to be prepared for your interviews. So always research the company, research the role, and research yourself. You are the best seller or best promoter of yourself, know your resume, know your profile, know your background. A lot of candidates, sometimes they would say, oh, I don't remember, oh, I don't know anymore, oh, it's been a long time. That's not a best way to sell yourself, because if you want to sell yourself, you have to be able to know everything about the product. And in an interview, the product is you. So know the schedule, know the date, know the time. If you are applying for institutions that are global, so for instance for ADP, know if they're talking about local time or Manila time, or if they are talking about US time. And when you talk about US time, you have your Eastern, you have your Pacific, you have your Mountain, you have your Central. So you have to be able to know exactly the time that you are expected. Know the mode. During pandemic, everything was online, but now that we're into the new normal, there's in person, there's face to face. So know the mode. Will my interview be online? Will my interview be in person? Because if you show up one or the other and it's the other one, then definitely it will not bode well for you. If you are doing an interview online, charge your device, find a good spot, make sure your spot is noise free or at least minimal noise, because in a country like the Philippines and in a city like Manila, I doubt if you'll find a noise free place, but just make sure it's minimal. So if there's a crying baby, push the baby to the other room for the meantime. And then, of course, you need your strong signal. You don't want the line to break up while you are talking. And if it's in person, know the venue and be on time, especially for companies that have multiple locations. So, for example, for us before, we used to have two locations. So, you have to tell the candidate, okay, you have to be in Makati or you have to be in Alabang, right? So, know the venue and please be on time. And of course, when preparing yourself, be confident, dress comfortably, and relax. I always tell candidates, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's for you. That's how life is, right? Life will always take you to places that you are meant to be. So go at it, and as the baby would say, you can do it. So to close us off, careers at ADP. So we currently have several openings that you can view through the Jobs 80 site. So we have openings for analysts, specialists, coach, consultants, team leads, managers, and directors. So we do cater to North American clients. So most, if not all, of our positions are in the late mid shift or night shift. So you have to be aware of those openings as well. So those are some of the people in ADP. So please do not forget about our resume link. So www.jobs180.com/ADP. Send your resumes there. Our team, the sourcing and recruitment team, are looking at those profiles and will invite you to apply to positions that you have deemed that you are interested in. Should you find something there that will fit your profile. So that's it. Yumi?
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am, for that presentation. So, it's nice to see you again, po. So, students, as you are formulating your questions, when you are done with, if you have any questions, po, you can comment them on the comment section, and we will answer them here. So, as they are formulating their questions, ma'am, I have a few questions myself.
Sure.
Okay po. So yung first question ko po ma'am is, for example, in a very competitive job market, so yung mga fresh grads ngayon, very competitive na yung job market ngayon. So how, as in an HR perspective po, ano po yung pinaka-impactful or examples ng mga impactful na ginawa ng mga candidates na na-differentiate niyo po siya sa other candidates? Parang
Um,
gano'n. Mm.
acrobatics and dance portion. Joke lang, hindi. Um, charos lang. I think being prepared, it distinguishes you in a way that it makes the interviewer remember who you are. If you are prepared, then it will give a good impression versus the candidate who is not prepared at all. Like my example earlier, if you are not familiar with your own profile, then definitely that puts a question on whether you are ready to be hired. If I ask you, for instance, oh, what happened to you between the dates of 2023 to 2024? Oh, I don't remember. Right? If you don't remember your own profile, then I would question, why don't you remember? You are it doesn't sound so good, but you are selling yourself to an employer. And when you sell a product, right? Hey, buy this product, buy this shampoo. This shampoo has vitamins and minerals good for your hair, right? So it's the same thing. Buy me as a potential candidate, as a potential employee, because I have good experience, I have good skills. And if you don't know that about yourself, then it puts to question whether you are the proper candidate.
Opo, tama
Does that
naman po,
answer your
ma'am.
question?
Yes naman po, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
all right.
it is really important naman to be prepared, not just possess the skills and qualities or sa qualification po. Another question ko po, ma'am, is in sa during job interview po, how do you navigate, or for example, may scenario silang binigay, like how do you navigate a morally or ethically ambiguous na situation in the workplace? So ano po yung like possible or masasagot niyo po, for example, if ganun?
Thank you for that wonderful question. um, so you're asking me if parang how would I judge an answer that's morally ambiguous? Is that your question?
Mm. For example, ma'am, sa perspective ng job seeker po. Sorry, hindi ko na-clarify.
Okay. So if I were a job seeker and then ang question sa akin is about is morally ambiguous, then definitely I would respond in a way that best fits my personal morals. Of course, we all have individual moral standards, right? I can't impose my standards on anyone else. And that's also a good way for you to gauge the employer. When you are being interviewed and you are asked questions that you feel does not fit you, then you know that, okay, maybe the company does not fit me. And that's okay. It's okay if the company does not fit you. We won't fit with all companies naman eh. Okay lang yun. You just have to be honest with yourself, honest with your potential employer. For example, if ito best example to, if the employer says that, oh, Yumi, you have to work on Sundays, right? And then you feel that on a personal level, you don't want to work on Sundays. But you say, ay, sayang naman yung job, then I'll go for it. O you work on Sundays nga, ang bigat-bigat naman sa loob mo. 'Di ba? It doesn't fit your personal standards. It doesn't fit your moral standards if you feel the Sundays are supposed to be for the family. 'Di ba? Then, if the answer will not be, nag-adjust yung ano ko, lighting ko. If the answer will not be a fit to the company, then that means the company is not a fit to you. And that's fine. For me, okay lang yon. Better to know as early as the beginning that you are not a fit than to go into it and then to know later that you're not a fit. Nagsayang lang kayo pareho ng oras. Right?
Oo.
Yeah.
So, tama naman po, ma'am, 'no. So sa gano'n na mga situations, ma'am, what if may scenario din na as a job seeker, na-misinterpret ng interviewee yung, sagot niyo? Like, na-misinterpret, how do you recover from that?
That's kind of difficult because an interviewer will not really say their interpretation right away. For example, I'm
Mm.
interviewing you and then you give me an answer. I rarely do interviewers tell the candidates that I don't agree with you or your answer is wrong. That's not really part of the ethics of interviewing, right? When you're interviewing, you're not supposed to be combative eh. Di mo dapat awayin yung candidate. In the same way, hindi ka rin na if you're a candidate, hindi mo rin dapat awayin yung interviewer. You're not fighting with each other. You're connecting with each other. So, if your answer is misinterpreted, then unfortunately, that is how it is, right? They're not gonna tell you their they're not gonna tell you their interpretation. But if you get in a situation wherein they clarify, like you give me an answer and then I say, I'm sorry, what exactly do you mean? Then you just elaborate, right? It's
Hmm.
clarified. But in my take is rarely will an interviewer tell you na ay nako your answer is wrong, right? That's not proper recruitment etiquette from the recruiter's perspective.
Mas
But if the
kinabahan niyo.
recruiter, 'di ba, nag-away pa kayo. 'Di ba? But if a recruiter asks you to clarify, like, what do you mean, Yumi? What do you mean by that? Then you add details, you clarify, and then if you feel na, wait lang, parang hindi yata ako na-gets ng interviewer, then you try to paraphrase or rephrase the
Mm.
answer. There.
Okay. Another, last question ko po, ma'am.
Sure.
May iba't ibang klase po ba ng interview? So, in an interviewer, yung mga multiple yung interviewers, how do you manage the dynamics and para ma-ensure mo na you made a positive impression sa each interviewer?
Be consistent. I think if you are in a situation wherein you have different levels of interviews, be consistent with your answers. Remember your answers. Why? Because what you don't know is that when you're not being interviewed, nag-uusap-usap yan. So, if you have four interviewers, one level each, yung answer mo sa una will reach the second, will reach the third, will reach the fourth. Right? And then outside of
Hmm.
it, they talk about your profile. That's the reality of a hiring process. So if your answer in the first one is different from the second one, edi mag-usap sila, ba't ganun? Sabi sa akin ni Yumi, ganito daw. Eh, ba't sabi sa akin ganito? Right? So there's already, it puts your interview or your application in question. So be consistent with all of your answers. the only way to be consistent is to be honest with yourself, right? If pabago-bago ka ng sagot, it doesn't put you in a very good position. If nung una nag-yes ka sa night shift and weekend work, this is common in the BPO industry. Sa umpisa, tinanong ka, are you willing to work on the night shift? Yes po. Are you willing to work on weekends? Yes po. And then second interview, parang ayoko na po ng, mag-adjust yung lighting ko there. Parang ayoko na po ng night shift or parang ayoko na po ng weekend. Tapos sa third interview, parang okay na po ako ng night shift pero hindi po weekend. And then sa fourth interview, parang okay na po ako ng weekend pero hindi po night shift. Four interviews, iba-iba sagot. Alin doon yung totoong sagot? Right? So,
Mm.
know yourself, be consistent. Even if you have multiple interviews, if you give the same answer all throughout, shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. So, yun na nga yung sagot dapat, ma'am, 'no? Consistency is the key talaga. So, ma'am,
Uh-huh.
we have a question from the audience. So, from Miss Arabella Davido. So, is there such a strong aura or personality kapag po naka-trousers ang female versus formal skirt kapag nasa corporate or company? Is that a bad thing or hindi naman po?
All right. Thanks, Arabella, and good morning. You have to also tailor it to the type of company that you are applying for, right? But I am of the opinion that it shouldn't matter. Happy Women's Month, everyone, by the way. We are already in an era wherein women can wear whatever they want, but of course, it has to fit the situation. So, hindi pwedeng whatever you want na whatever you want lang, 'di ba? Whatever you want, but if it's in a business setting, it has to be a business type of outfit. So one of the three that I have discussed earlier. I am of the opinion that it's not a bad thing if you prefer trousers over a skirt, especially if you commute, right? If you take public transport, right? Uh, it's always a matter of taste. There are interviewers who will say, mas feminine siya kasi naka-skirt, right? But there are also feminine trousers now, 'di ba? Yung medyo loosey-goosey na trousers, meron na 'yon. But on the basics of that question, I don't think you are a stronger or weaker person, pants versus skirt. I don't think there is a difference or should be a difference. As they say, nasa nagdadala yan. 'Di ba? Whatever you are wearing, if you possess the confidence, whether it be a skirt or a pant, shouldn't matter. And it shouldn't matter to your employer. And again, do the bend test, bend forward. If anything is seen in front and behind, then you start to rethink your choices. Mapa-pants man yan or skirt. Kasi minsan, di ba, pag pants, pag nag-bend, yung waistband ng pants, di ba, parang naglo-loosen siya. So,
Oh,
do the test and then check. There. I hope that answered Arabella's question.
okay. So now, ma'am, we have another question from Sir Peter, for Sir John Peter. So, what are the things you can share to improve our chance of getting that position in a company?
All right. Hello, John Peter. I'm not sure what you mean by that position. Kasi when we say that, diba, specific position. But I think what you mean is any position. So any position. Improving your chance would, like what I mentioned earlier, research. Research the company, research the position. Hi, I'm John Peter. I want to be an analyst, right? So what is an analyst? And the definition of the word analyst differs per employer. So, who is the employer? ADP is the employer. Analyst is the position. What is an analyst in ADP? An analyst is someone who talks to clients and then takes care of their HR needs, right? So, if you know the role, if you know the position, then you would know, am I a fit for that position? Can I talk to clients? Can I assist them in what they need when it comes to HR? If your answer is yes, then go apply, right? But if your answer is maybe I'm not the best fit for that position, maybe I'm better as a specialist, right? So you improve your chances by knowing the role. And when you know the role, then you know what to apply for, you know what best suits you, you get a better chance of getting selected. Bless you. Hala, ulit.
Thank you po, ma'am. Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am, for that for that answer. Sorry po. All
Sure.
right. So it seems, ma'am, that there are no more questions for you po. So that's a wrap for the Q&A, and thanks for all the awesome questions, and let's keep the energy going as we move on to the next part. So Miss Potch, thank you so much for joining us today and for showing us how to dress up properly for our interviews and for our job in the workplace and for giving us interview tips. So we wish to have you again on our next set of webinars. And if you are interested in applying for a job at ADP Philippines, just visit jobs180.com/ADP. And if you have any additional questions, you can email us at info@jobs180.com, or you may visit us at jobs180.com. So Miss Poch, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day po. See
Thank
you
you,
soon.
Yumi. Have a good day.
Yes.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye po, ma'am. So, all right. So, we are done with job applications using Resume Link and interview tips and dressing up for success. So, now we are on to our third speaker, which will be discussing cultivating resilience in the workplace. So, Sass Retizo is the current senior recruitment specialist in Synchrony Global Services Philippines Incorporated. So, she's been with the company for 3 years and started as a recruitment coordinator. So she attained her bachelor's degree in human resources development management in Dr. Philemon C. Aguilar Memorial College of Las Piñas last 2019. So let us all welcome with warm virtual applause the senior recruitment specialist of Synchrony, Miss Sass Retizo. So hi ma'am,
Hi.
good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Yumi. Can you hear me well?
Yes ma'am, your audio and your video is good po. So if you are ready ma'am, you can test your screen. Okay. So your screen is up na po ma'am. So if you're ready, I'll leave you to it and get back after your talk po. So good luck po.
Okay. Thanks, Yumi, and good morning, everyone. Here on live chat on YouTube and on Facebook. So yeah, I'm Sass. I'm the current senior specialist for recruitment in Synchrony. Later on, I'll be sharing our company's culture and some of the applications that you can apply for later. But the topic that was assigned to me to discuss is cultivating resilience in the workplace. So I know resilience is something that we hear many times, I think, especially in Filipinos. Other foreigners or other countries describe us as, resilient group of people. So how about in the workplace? So first, let's discuss what does resilience mean. I know we have a lot of audience in the chat, but I have already here the definition. So according to Cambridge.org, resilience is having the ability to respond to change or adversity proactively and resourcefully, right? So I know experiencing adversity is not just in the workplace, it could be personal. Also, it could be in your studies right now as a student. So, resilience also means bouncing back when we encounter challenges in life, right? If, for example, you experience a mistake, you failed to submit a project or you failed an exam right now in your studies, how do you respond to that challenge? Okay, how about in the workplace? When you start your career, when you have some difficulty being competent or your efficiency is being affected, so how do you respond to that, matter? Okay, so resilience again is bouncing back when you experience a mistake, challenge, or adversity, may it be in your personal life or professional life. Okay, so now let's now discuss what are the common adversity or challenges we experience in workplace. Okay, so I have a few here, but this is not limited to only three adversities. So we also have physical, social, and emotional adversity. So what are the examples of physical? So it could be an office arrangement. For example, you are currently located in Cavite and you found a job in Cavite as well. But given some changes in the organization, your office location has been moved to Quezon City. Okay, so it could be a challenge for you because you are using public transport, you don't have your private vehicle with you. So it could be really, affecting your proximity, might be your finances and your time management as well because your schedule is in the morning. Okay, so this is something that many workers in the corporate industry experience during and after the pandemic. Because before we are used to reporting on site every day, but after the pandemic, we adapted to working at home, right? And right now, some of the organizations really want to go back to working on site every day for productivity training for the employees. So sometimes it could be a challenge because you already have your family, you want to have that work-life balance, and again, proximity like roadblocks could be a challenge as well for the physical. And then next, social. So I think this is a common adversity or challenge, especially when you're just starting your career in a company. So we have trouble making friends. So for example, you are a new team member of the company, or for example, you welcome a new member. So you're having a hard time connecting or conversing with other people. And I think one example also is you change a supervisor. So you're very comfortable sharing your experience with your previous supervisor, and then you change your manager. So it can be a challenge too. Dealing with police. So hopefully none of us will experience this. For example, yeah, it can be related to troublemaking friends, but colleagues you can relate to could be a challenge. So sometimes we have a member or colleague that is older than us. So I just really hope that we don't experience, having a bully in a team. But this could be, a challenge in your team or organization. And then last year, my slide is emotional. So rejection. So for example, you applied to many companies already. You're still not like in a workplace or work environment because you haven't been accepted yet. So how do you deal with rejection? Right? You applied many times. For example, from our last speaker, you prepared, you're consistent with interview panels, but then you still rejected by the companies you applied for. So this could be a challenge, an adversity for you, and trouble processing emotions. So for this one, for example, you already started your career, you're currently in a department you worked for, and then you failed to submit a report, a project, right? You experience a failure. So, how do you deal with that emotion, that challenge, and adversity? Okay, so these are just few of the common challenges we experience in the workplace, and this I think we should be aware of these, and we acknowledge that again, change is always there. And this is an important topic for us to discuss because we should know the importance of being resilient and how to be resilient also. Okay. So now mentioning the importance. So why is it important? Why is being resilient important in the workplace? Okay. So according to a study carried out by CV Library, 57% of employers see resilience as a key skill for the candidates. So, for example, you have a scheduled interview, or you applied for, few of the companies are you interested to be part of. Okay, so I believe as a recruiter too, I would, assess the candidate if they're resilient enough, because Synchrony, we are also in a BPO industry or call center company, and we are very in a fast-paced environment. So I would ask a candidate, how do you deal with changes. Okay, so again, let's discuss now why possessing resilience is important. Okay, so first, independence. So it can help you respond quickly to problems with a positive mindset. So from the two previous slides that I've shared, knowing what are the examples of adversity in the workplace, how do you respond again when, for example, you experience a failure? Okay, so the first task assigned to you by your supervisor, you didn't learn it right away. So how do you respond to that? Okay. And also, this opens up to upskilling and developing your qualities. So you would have to discuss or tackle your stress, and that will help you be independent also. But again, independence is a key, in the workplace. But again, working solo is not enough for us to succeed, in our careers. But it's important that you can work independently as well when you experience any challenges. Okay. So next, productivity. So being resilient makes you productive. Why? Because for example, you now adapted to the change. The experience like moving into a new location in your office and you're working on site. But being resilient helps you to be productive because it makes you avoid delays in accomplishing your deliverables. You know how to manage your time because you now respond to the stress or the change with resolution. Okay, and it can also reduce your burnout. Okay, and would help you, of course, be efficient and effective in your team. Okay, so again, being resilient makes you productive. Okay, and last, relationships. So why is it important? Why relationship is important in the organization? Because responding with, resolution with a positive mindset can also help your interpersonal relationship with your team. Okay, so it can prevent friction, conflicts, because, for example, again, you have someone in your team that you really can't relate to, but you're a resilient person. Okay, so you will take that situation not personal, but in a professional manner. Okay, and you have your support network. Okay, and you're comfortable with the idea of not everyone will be there for you, or your idea of failure is not something bad. Like, you see it in a positive way, and sharing ideas with others too is very important in the workplace. All right. So there. So now we know the importance. We also know the common adversity that we experience in the workplace. Now let's go to how to be resilient. Okay, so again, we should be well aware of change that is inevitable. It's always changing. The environment, perhaps the process in our work, the time, the schedule, the technology, right? It's always changing. Nothing is, the same. Okay, so how to be resilient? And resilience, again, is not something all of people possess. You can be an anxious person, and being resilient is something that is very challenging for you. So resilience in the work environment enables us to feel confident and mentally prepare for unforeseen events. So what are the steps how to deal with challenges or how to be resilient? Okay, so first, prepare for multiple outcomes. So again, if you're someone new in the work, you're anxious, you always worry. So you have to consider things that you would view as the result of the current challenges you encounter. And I think being anxious, or sometimes worrying, is not very negative. It can be a strength because dealing with challenges, being resilient, you foresee or you vision what are the outcomes or what are the results that could happen. Okay, so I think it's not something that it's a normal thing to be anxious or we worry sometimes. So again, it's not a negative characteristic. So it's okay. It's normal. And again, being resilient is we prepare for unforeseen events. Okay, and we have to prepare for resolution, and how to deal with those challenges. Okay, and as mentioned also, importance of being resilient is the relationship. So how to be resilient again? Build support network. Do not be afraid to connect with your colleagues. Okay, because for example, your goals in the company change. Providing feedback, planning how to deal is important, and one of the things that resilient people do. Okay, and that is building relationship, building support network within the team. Okay, and again, though independence comes important, we still need others ideas, other support to address the challenges and better understand the resolution we can provide. Okay, and lastly, change your mindset. So emphasize what you can learn and view them as an opportunity to grow. Okay, so again, these challenges and adversities are normal. So if we have that positive mindset, that we consider them as something we can learn from, okay, something positive, something opportunity, then that is being resilient. Okay, so critical thinking is important as well, and areas, accountability and critical thinking are the two areas we should develop. Okay, and it also means that we're open to admitting we don't know everything. Okay, so I know as someone who will be graduating soon, we have here students who will be graduating, and if you will be starting your career perhaps by the end of this year or next year, it's as a recruiter or in HR, we're not expecting you to know right away everything, know the process, know all the process, your job responsibilities, so you have to change your mindset and you have to be open for, you know, um, learnings, criticisms, mistakes. Okay, and what's important in experiencing mistake is you learn from that. All right. So there. So again, how to be resilient? You have to prepare for multiple outcomes. You have to be open, build support network, and change your mindset. Okay, there are a lot of many things how to be resilient too. But according to Center for Confidence and Well-being, the good news is that although some people seem to be born with more resilience than others, those whose resilience is lower can learn how to boost their ability to cope, thrive, flourish when things get tough. Okay? So again, I know Filipino people are very resilient, but not everyone is. Okay, and again, resilience is something that we can learn, and it's a skill. Okay, in the workplace. So if you're someone who is not resilient right now, then really hoping that in the workplace you will learn how to bounce back when you experience any challenge. All right. So again, being resilient is important, and also for example, you're now in your organization or your company that you're working with, it's important, of course, that organization, me as an employer, part of HR, it's important that we offer, training sessions, seminars like this, important topics that we should provide to our employees. What are the challenges they experience? So it's important that, as an employer, we offer that training sessions, seminars, and resources so that all of us in the organization can improve in the workplace to also protect, maybe physical, mental health of, the people in the organization. All right, so I think that's my last slide for this topic. So I now would like to share our company. So if you're not very familiar with our company, would like to share our overview or our vision also. So Synchrony Global Services Philippines Inc. We are currently located in Alabang, Muntinlupa, and we also have one hub in Cebu Business Park. And we are a subsidiary company that manages Synchrony call center operations and select back office support. Okay, and we help businesses and customers achieve their unique ambition. And we're over 90 years in the industry, already leading our financing in major consumer purchases. And our main hub is located in United States. So what we offer for our candidates, since we're a call center company, we're looking for customer service representatives with a portfolio of fraud, collections, right, and retail accounts. And also we are open for finance roles, so if you are in the course of business administration here, you can visit our website synchronycareers.com, or visit our portal in Jobs 180. So that's jobs180.com/synchrony. So we look forward to seeing your profile and screen candidates if you'd be interested to apply for any of our open positions, right? And also, just to share, we're also a great place to work awardee in the Philippines. So last year, we are at 97% satisfactory rate. So we're very proud to share that we're one of the great places or best places to work in the country. Okay, so we're an award-winning company for 4 consecutive years. So last 2020, this was during the pandemic. So we easily adapted. So that's again, being resilient as a company. We easily adapted to the work at home setup to ensure that our employees are working at home safely during the pandemic. So with that, we're awarded as the number one best place to work in the country. Number two, last 2021 and 2022, and last year, we're back at the top. So we look forward to, share this to you guys, our culture, if ever you'll be interested to apply and free to experience our culture, firsthand. So yeah, I think that ends my presentation today. And again, thank you, Jobs 180, for inviting us regularly for the webinars for us to share topics and also our company with our students here in the live chats. Thank you, everyone, and looking forward, of course, to see some of you in the future.
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Sass. So students, you can now post your questions in the comment section and we will answer them here. So ma'am, as they are formulating their questions muna, I have a few questions myself.
Sure
Okay
po.
po. Yung first question ko po is, in a highly competitive workplace environment or job market, how do you balance the need for self-care and personal growth with the demands of your professional responsibilities, especially during times of high stress or pressure?
Mm-hmm. All right. So personally, in the workplace, for me to be resilient in times of challenges and stress, I would always like to have that work-life balance in me to, separate my personal life to my work. So I would always want to, maximize my time to finish everything in the work and then log off after. Because there are times that I would always want to, think about my work after my shift. I will, stay logging in. My laptop is still on, but to have that balance, my personal time is separate from my work time. So when I started my career, I would always want to I want to, finish this even on a weekend. Right, I am still logging in on a weekend, but that is not something that everyone should do, because your health, mental health and physical, is important. So I think having the work life balance would be helpful.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am. With that, ma'am, can you describe or tell us an experience or scenario where you faced a resistance or pushback from colleagues or supervisors while trying to implement a new idea or initiative. So, how did you stay resilient and persevere in achieving your goals?
Wow, I think that's very personal one to me. Because as what you've shared, like the intro for me, I started my career 2020 being a recruitment coordinator, and I was absorbed or transitioned to being a specialist. So in recruitment, we have volume hiring last 2022. It's like we're hiring every week, 20 headcount of new hires. So it was very challenging and stressful, of course. So pushback was, of course, it's something that we cannot again avoid. Some of some of the classes that we have, even though we share that we cannot, complete this, of course we should still compete. And giving help, I mean, seeking help, with the team member. Sometimes they experience, of course, our team members experience mental health, adversity, physical. So it was an experience, specific experience that I had last 2022. So what I did was to openly communicate with my team members. We, brainstorm, share ideas how to improve the process to be able to, of course, complete our tasks, accomplish the goals, and that is to hire people to compete. So there.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am. For my last question, ma'am, can you provide examples of, can you ano ba to? State to us na how those setbacks and or failures na naging opportunities sila for for your learning and growth sa career mo, and how those experiences have contributed sa resilience mo today.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I think part of what I shared earlier is changing our mindset, because experiencing rejection, failure is very disappointing, frustrating, and something that could build up emotionally, right? But changing your mindset and considering them as an opportunity to grow is, I think, a key. Kasi also before, just to share, when, I graduated, I applied to many companies, experienced many rejections, right? And sometimes it demotivates me, parang, do I have to, rest for a year and really, prepare for the interviews and all. But I think that helped me to be resilient, to not give up when you experience failure. And I think it's also, a way for you to really grow, practice. So part of our topics is, interview. So when I experienced rejection, when I applied, oh, now I know how to answer properly, or now I know how to answer this question better. Okay, so experiencing rejection, and also being open to criticism, right? If for example you experience a negative feedback, you don't view them as, ay, parang ayaw niya ata sa akin. You don't view them as personal, but always professional, and grow from that experience.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, we have a question here in the comment section. So, as a former recruiter, do you believe that an applicant who graduated from one of the big four universities has a better chance of being accepted for a job?
Mhm. All right. So thank you for that, Kay. So this could differ, from each organization, especially with the industry that you're applying for or you finish a course. But in my case, as a recruiter, I also interviewed applicants before. This is not, the major thing that I look for in the resume. Their degree, I mean, degree is important because, for example, you're applying for a finance role. So, of course, we're looking for someone who has, knowledge or finished a finance course. But for the universities, for me, this is not, this could be important for some organizations or depending on the position you're applying for. But this is not the major thing that recruiters are looking for. Okay, we screen candidates. Okay, so we screen like if you finish this course, but the most important thing is you have the qualities we're looking for the position. Okay, the skills and soft skills is also important, and that is probed during interviews. Okay, how do you respond to the challenges? Yeah, so there. But for the big four universities, again, this could be applicable for other organizations and roles, but this is not the very major thing that we're looking for as a recruiter.
All right. So thank you so much, Kay, for that question. And thank you so much, Miss Sass, for the wonderful answers po. So all right. So that's a wrap for our Q&A. Thank you so much for the awesome questions, and let's keep the energy going as we move on to the next part. So Miss Sass, thank you so much for joining our webinar today, and we hope to see you soon on our next set of webinars. So guys, if you are interested in applying for a job in Synchrony, so you can visit jobs180.com slash synchrony. And if you have any additional questions, you can email us at info@jobs180.com, or you may visit jobs180.com. So thank you so much, Miss Sass, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and see you soon.
You too. Bye bye.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Bye po. All right. So now we are at the last portion of our session today. So, we are on to the last part of our event where we discuss industry highlights and career opportunities for Emilio Aguinaldo College Cavite graduates. And let me introduce to you our panelists for this part. So first, we have a graduate of Bachelor in Broadcast Communication, major in Broadcasting, and a consistent President's Lister of the College of Communication from Polytechnic University of the Philippines. And she is a talent acquisition professional with over 13 years of combined experience in healthcare, telecommunications, and business process outsourcing settings. So, as a certified targeted selection specialist by the development of the Dimension International Incorporated, and a certified recruitment and selection expert by the Harry Pound Consultants Incorporated. So she brings with her an efficacious proven track record in handling full cycles or end-to-end recruitment in both local and international corporate telecommunications, customer-focused services, and as well as medical and healthcare services. So she considers herself a writer at heart and a communicator at the same time. So let us all welcome with a warm virtual applause Miss Jertrude Jade Oliveros, the Talent Acquisition Department, Human Resource Management of Makati Medical Center. And now, for our second panelist, she is a cum laude graduate of the University of Santo Tomas with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and a registered psychometrician. So they boast nearly 8 years of experience in talent acquisition, psychometric testing, and training. So their expertise lies in leveraging psychological insights to drive organizational success, foster positive workplace environment, and facilitate individual and team growth. So let us all welcome, with another warm virtual of applause, the Associate Manager and Recruitment of Shearwater, so Shaira May VU. So hi, Miss Jade, Miss Shai.
Good
Good morning po.
morning. Good morning, everyone.
Hi, ma'am. So now,
Good
ma'am, start
morning.
na po natin yung session if you are okay with that. Okay. So, ma'am, my
Sure.
first question is for Miss Jade po. So, in the current trends of the healthcare industries, so ano ba yung what should the fresh grads be aware of, or ano ba yung i-expect nila dyan sa healthcare industry?
Thank you for asking, Yumi. No? So, good morning, Jobs 180. Good morning, EAC. Good morning, Shaira. So, for something to expect, that's a very nice question. I love how children are being inquisitive these days because it really helps them in getting their goals set as early as now. So basically, when the pandemic hit, everything changed. It has been a very big shift from the expectations of a typical student versus a student who wants her or his or her goals to be set. So in the healthcare industry, trends are changing gradually with the help of technology. So aside from being oriented with what to do at the height of or any circumstance in regards to healthcare, you would also consider um, the innovations that the technology is being is giving us primarily. So one thing to expect is that it will be a mix of innovation plus more of adhering to the healthcare standards in the hospital, in the health, not just in the hospital but the entire healthcare industry, because we have proven that even at the time of the pandemic, healthcare needs will not stop. It just evolved. But through the help of technology, there will still be a good solution in every aspect of difficulty. So we are looking forward to gearing more to the innovation side along with the healthcare industry.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Jade. And a question for Shaira po. So, hi ma'am. First po, yung question ko po is, ano po yung mga key challenges na facing the healthcare industry today, and paano po ba i-overcome yun ng mga fresh grads as they enter the workplace?
Mhm. Well, there are a lot, no? First, as we all know, nurses, especially Filipino nurses, are very much in demand across the globe. So that's one of the challenges that we face. And in order for us to reason or to properly address that, we would also need to step up as employers for us to be able to provide great opportunities even for fresh graduates to hone and further grow their careers even in the local healthcare scene. So meaning, as an employer, our goal is to not just give them opportunities to grow, but at the same time to really give them the avenue to explore all facets of career choices that are available at the moment. So, in terms of career opportunities, right now in the healthcare industry, we're evolving as what Jade has shared, no? So, in terms of opportunities, it's not anymore limited to the clinic or the hospital setting. We also have great avenues or great opportunities for fresh grads to start under the clinical process outsourcing business.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am. Yung question ko po, my next question is, ano ba yung importance in creating a network in finding job opportunities as a recent graduate, and how do job seekers build their professional network? So, first po sasagot is si Miss Jade po.
All right. So actually, building a network is very important, not as just as a fresh grad or not just a tenured or a seasoned employee, but basically building a network would be helpful in your entire career. So because once you build a network, this is something that will help you find opportunities, better opportunities along the way. So, for example, you have your own network from your internship experience. So, little by little, there are opportunities that's opening that might match and that might be of interest to you. Along the way, if you encounter another career, let's say in another industry, you also build your own network that might open doors for you as you progress in your career, as you become a generalist or a seasoned employee in your career, in your chosen career. So, establishing your own network would really be of help. Not just you gain friends, but you also gain family along the way that will help you um, maybe fill in a job vacancy, for example, or maybe give you a better supplier, or let's say give you an engagement activity that might also be of help in your current job. So network is a very important thing that you really should keep. Sabi nga namin, no, we don't burn bridges, so we always keep them. So we make sure that we keep everyone in our circle because one way or another, they'll be of help. for us.
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Jade. So Ma'am Shai, your thoughts on the questions po.
Thank you so much for bringing that to the table. Actually, you me to share. Jade is a very close friend of mine. Since we're talking about networks, I'm very happy to share that Jade is a close friend. No, we keep close acquaintances of those that we work with, especially in the healthcare industry. So it's a very small community, and as a fresh grad, it's important that you connect with the right people, connect with the right people in not just in within the industry but also even outside. Um, at some point, if you're in your career, you'll find yourself reaching out or needing help from people or other professionals that are not in your related profession. So it's very important for you to keep a close relationship with those individuals, even when you're still starting your career and even when they themselves are also just starting their career. And then over the years, as you grow and as you progress along, definitely you will find it beneficial. It's going to be a mutual relationship in a sense that you'll be able to share your expertise, share your experiences along the way, and learn vicariously from each other.
Okay. So ang saya naman pakinggan Ma'am no na you from different industry or company pero close pa rin kayo ni Miss Jade throughout the years. So with that Ma'am, relating po sa mga passion and um mga careers na ipopursue ng mga job seekers. So how can they identify and pursue opportunities na para sa kanilang professional growth and advancement sa chosen fields po nila? So, si Miss Jade po yung, for question for Miss Jade.
All right. So thank you for that question. Actually, I think Shai would agree with me, no, that ngayon it's not just passion that you would want to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
So generation right now, they are very like what I mentioned, inquisitive, and they make sure that they weigh which is a better opportunity or which is not, which is lesser. So it's not just passion that we need. Yes, meron tayong passion, there's grit and all, but we also have to be very practical this day and age that passion will always be there, yes, definitely, but the opportunity that is present will not be forever there. So you have to make sure to weigh your options correctly. You choose the right battles that you really want to to embark on, and you make sure that apart from being happy with what you're doing, you're also learning. And every day we see to it that we learn from, for example, an applicant or from an intern, from a colleague, because there might be simple learnings that we get on a daily basis, but if we add that up in our list, so that means a lot already. So imagine if you learn one thing on a day, in a daily basis, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, you have 31 new learnings that you can add up in your roster. It might be little things, not so professional, just simple things, but it really helps. We katulad nung isang speaker that we shared, no, from the answer, she maintains a work life balance. Shai would always say it's not really a balance, it's a harmony. So that really matters to all. So it helps you little by little. It's not in a blink of an eye that you get to learn and be professional right there and then, but it's a step along the way that you really have to master. So we are born to be very resilient as Filipinos, no? So we just have to nourish it through the years.
Okay, so ayan naman po ma'am no. Work-life harmony. So tama naman po. For me Shai po, ano po yung mga common mistakes or mga misconceptions na na make ng mga uh, fresh grads or job seekers as they are entering the workforce?
Well, in my experience being a recruiter for more than 7 years now, I think the most common is that we expect applicants to be perfect. We don't. Um, as fresh grads, what we're expecting is really um the drive or the will to learn new things, to adapt to the new environment, the willingness to be trained. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for the perfect candidate. There's no such thing. And during interviews, I think the most common mistake is that some fresh grads would memorize answers straight from the internet. Those are something that's really it's evident, no, halata siya. It's something that we know. Once we hear it, alam na namin if it's something that's copied straight from the internet. So those are the things that needs to be avoided. And if you're a fresh graduate applying for a job, you always have to keep in mind that the recruiters who will do your interviews would wish you to succeed. We are cheering for you, no, we are always looking forward for a favorable application process. So as a fresh grad, you don't have to really be scared to talk to your recruiters, to share your fears or share your questions during the interview process. It's something that we welcome. It's something that we are very willing to answer, even at the early onset of your application stages with us.
Okay, so yun naman po. Kasi ma'am, mostly sa mga job seekers nga is they are anxious if they are doing a good job or nasasagot ba nila ng tama yung mga answers ng mga recruiter nila. So, yun, so yun naman po talaga. Nakaka-relate din ako kasi ako din yung naging job seeker ako. Napaka, ano siya, nerve-wracking talaga ng mga interviews, especially if first time mo ma-interview tapos you're hoping na yun yung first job mo. So, with that, ma'am, paano ko po for example, ako yung, ano ba to, job seeker. So, Miss Jade, how do I identify and capitalize yung mga emerging trends now, tapos i-apply ko siya within my field para ma-maximize ko yung career opportunities na dumadating?
Like what you've mentioned, Yumi, no? So if it's an emerging trend, so most often than not, dun din papunta yung innovation na what we are to offer. So how to capitalize on that? It's if it's something that you think you're comfortable doing, comfortable sharing, and you think you can do, then you can easily say that to your interviewer that I know this is part of my strength. But if you're not sure, if you're unsure of it, I suggest that then do not start a conversation because normally if the recruiter who will ask you questions on that is also well versed on that field, and in an instant you'll stop in the middle of it na bibitaw ka na hindi mo pala alam. Let's not start. Although in some cases it's also a good thing to you can maybe start in the middle of the conversation. Oh, this is the only thing that I know, then this is what I would want to still learn further. So we capitalize on something that you really know, something that you're confident doing, and something that you think will be very helpful dun sa industry na ina-applyan mo and dun sa position na ina-applyan. You'll never go wrong with something that you know. Because in and out, you know how to answer, you know how to go away with it.
Okay, so yan ma'am. So, common din ng mga mistakes ng mga usually mga job seekers na napapansin ko po is they are trying to be something or someone they are not, or nag ano sila, ano ba to? Experiment sila na yung mga pinapa-show nila or ini-implement nila during the interview. So for Miss Shai, yung question ko po ma'am is how about yung mga career opportunities, yung mga job seekers na um, looking into freelancing or entrepreneurship. So ano po yung mga viable career paths for fresh grads, and ano po yung mga skills or resources na needed nila to succeed in these areas?
Okay. Well, as a fresh grad, I think the first thing that you need to identify if you're looking for a job would be your personal goals and your priorities. As you mentioned, Yumi, part timing kasi is not for everyone, no? And there are several career options out in the market that wouldn't really let you do part-time work or additional work on top of what's currently on your plate, primarily because as fresh graduate, you would need to focus on building up your career first. I don't recommend na that you will be dividing your attention, especially if you're just starting in the field. It would be very hard for you to adapt to uncertain situations. There will be a lot. If you're a fresh graduate, there will be a lot of new uncertain situations that would come your way as a new employee. So it wouldn't be a good, or it wouldn't be the best timing for you to juggle like multiple jobs at the same time. Although there are career opportunities, or there are companies who offer part-time work, but it's a matter of really knowing your priorities, your goals. How do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years time? What's your end goal? Is it something that you can sustain, or is it something that would eventually sabotage the career that you're trying to build? So that's something that you need to define first before you explore the opportunities that would really suit your goals and suit your interests.
Okay.
Mhm.
Kasi nga ma'am, may ibang especially dun sa mga kakilala ko, for now kasi confused sila if ano yung ipe-pursue nila, and mostly kasi din sa kanila is they are trying to apply for abroad. Kasi nga better yung ano daw opportunities in abroad. So maganda naman yun na kasi confusing after graduation ma'am, eh, kung ipe-pursue mo ba yung career field mo, and may opportunities din sa entrepreneurship and freelancing. So, ma'am, we have a question from the audience. So, okay, from Sarah. So, common question po during interviews is how would you describe yourself? So, could you give us some tips po on how to better approach the question? So, I would like Miss J to answer first.
Okay. Do you still ask this, Shai? Anyway, yeah. So for the purpose of answering this question, actually, this is sort of a passé question already. Normally, if even without asking, sasabihin na to ng applicant, no? So I suggest we capitalize and you highlight your skills, your personal skills, and your personal strengths. That's how to this, because that's what will make you unique, and that's what will make you stand out amongst all the other applicants. If there's something that you think you do best, I suggest that's how you start describing yourself. And then you also describe yourself by funneling down to the generic details that maybe others are also inclined with. And then also by the little things that's not in your resume that you think the interviewer might be interested hearing, that I love this, I do this, I have a family of this, things like that. So those information are not in your CV. Ideally, we don't add that in the CV, but these are interesting things that the recruiter might want to hear from you, apart from the skills that you really know and where you excel. So not all applicants would be comfortable saying that I'm a good swimmer or that I play violin, for example. But these are interesting skills that we might want to take note na magagamit natin eventually, maybe for an event or whatnot. Or some would be interested hearing that I speak Chinese, I speak Italian language, among others. So apart from the skills that's really being needed for the job that you're applying for, I think those are the little things that you would want, that I would want to hear as a recruiter, how my applicants describe themselves.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Jade. So, Miss Shai, your thoughts on the questions po?
As Jade has shared, no, this is actually something that I don't really ask anymore during an interview. But should you be able to encounter this during any of your interview sessions, I think this is a great avenue for you to use in order to stand out um, from the rest of the applicants. No, how would you describe yourself? This is your opportunity to build rapport and to highlight your strengths and even your weaknesses to your recruiters. Usually, some of the most interesting people that I've met through interviews would have the best descriptions, no? And I say that not too lightly. They usually share things that I would not usually hear on a day-to-day basis. Something about their background, something about their experiences that they would know that are unique to their own. So it's a great way for you to really use or to really not necessarily impress, but to engage with your recruiter and it really introduce yourself outside of the usual details that's found on the resume.
Okay, so that is a great way naman po to leave an impression, ma'am, no? To
Yes.
to the employers. Ano po ma'am, yung may question po ako regarding sa opportunities abroad. So ano po yung thoughts nyo? Like, kasi nga, yung sa na-mention ko kanina, may mga friends ako nagko-consider sila na working abroad kasi nga better yung opportunities. So ayun, ano po yung thoughts nyo dyan regarding that? So, I would, si Ma'am Shaira yung unang sasagot.
Sure. Thank you for asking that, Yumi. It's actually something that I'd like to address, no? With Shearwater Health, in my experience with Shearwater Health, we do have opportunities to send nurses abroad. It's something that's available readily, no? Once an employee joins the company. But if it's something that you need to immediately embark upon, that's an entirely different story. First, opportunities abroad are good on paper, but you really have to ask yourself, are you ready to do it now? Because that would entail a lot of things. First, there are certain experiences required. For example, if a nurse would like to go abroad and become a US registered nurse, eventually there is a certain level of bedside experience required for you to be successful on that route. Second, is your family ready to really let you go? Have you really decided to invest on it 100% because it would also take a lot of money for you to get from point A to point B if that's the career opportunity that you'd really like to explore at this moment. So those are the things that you need to consider. Do you have the experience or do you have enough experience in order for you to succeed? Because it's hard if a fresh graduate would say embark on an international career immediately after graduation because again aside from the competition it would be harder for you to adapt if you have not really experienced what it's like working in the hospital setting or in the even in the CPO setting here in the Philippines. So those are the things that you need to consider. And then once you're all set, once you have put your mind and your heart to really deciding and pursuing a career opportunity abroad, then you can do it one step at a time. No, there are a lot of employers out there. Like for example, us in Sheer, we do offer assistance not just with the licensure but also with the migration itself. So it's something that you can explore eventually, but you have to be really ready for that next level.
Okay, so thank you for that, Miss Shai. So Miss Jade, your thoughts on that topic po?
As a recruiter from a hospital, if you've asked me that question perhaps 6 years ago, I would have answered differently. But since we already adopted and we're now flexible as water basically. So my thoughts on going abroad is just simple. So I would have to agree with Shai with everything that she mentioned, but I maybe in my perspective, in my lens, I would just want you to answer the what's in it for me question. So if you were able to ask yourself, what's in it for me? Why do I need to work abroad? If you were certain with your answer, that you want to go abroad because of this answer, because of this reason, because of this personal goal, then we can take it from there. Coming from a hospital, we are very supportive to be able to send nurses and allow nurses to go abroad, because that's really the path. We have accepted that fact and that reality that in after several months of working in a hospital, gaining experience, getting the training here in the hospital, we would really support them freely to go abroad, because since we're a teaching hospital, we also know that they can get further learnings abroad. But one thing is for sure, that if they come back and decide on working locally, meaning here in the Philippines, they would always go back to us. So we don't mind going, sending them out, just as long as they exit properly and make sure to endorse properly. And we are very supportive on that fact already. But if you asked me several years ago, baka iba yung sagot ko. But this time around, so with the trend and the innovation, we're very supportive. Just as long as they're ready and they're certain that the goal is really for them to advance professionally, financially, and also if they can handle the emotional baggage that it will cost them, then walang problema. So we were very much happy to support them on that endeavor. But no, so
Okay.
going back to our previous candidates and employees, they would always go back to us if they want um, a local work.
Okay, so nice naman ma'am, no, if they if they are meant for that, you let them go kasi babalik din if they are meant for that talaga job. Yung saying, if you love them, let them go. Char lang. Char. So ayun ma'am,
Ayun. Yeah.
speaking of abroad or relocation, ma'am. So ano po yung how important it is, like yung sa how important is geographical mobility or yung willingness natin to relocate in accessing a diverse career opportunity, and paano ko po ba ma-assess yung potential benefits or may drawbacks po ba yung pagre-relocate or ganun? So this question po pala is for Miss Shai.
Okay. Well, I'd go back to what I've shared, no. It really depends. All the career decisions that you'll be making as soon as you graduate um, will be worth it depending on how you see it or depending on how you define your goals, no. So in terms of relocation, I'll give you like an actual perspective on that, no. Currently for Shearwater Health, we have three physical sites right now. So that would be Pampanga, BGC, and Cebu. We also have we also have satellite hubs in Baguio and in Davao. But does that limit us to hiring candidates from just five provinces? The short answer is it does not. No, it does not limit us because we're very flexible when it comes to location, primarily because we do have accounts or we do have hiring requirements that would allow employees flexibility in terms of the work setup. They can do remote work, they can do on-site work. Some accounts would do flexible or hybrid setup, no. So as as an applicant, what makes it worth it to relocate? First, of course, if it's something that requires or that is being required by a job that you're passionate about. Okay? It's very important that before you accept a job offer, you are well aware of what the job requires and it's something that you agree with wholeheartedly, not just because you need the job tomorrow. No, it's a commitment. Accepting a job offer is a commitment. You don't or you don't really have that um avenue to really change your mind after you accept an offer. It's not going to be an easy way out for you to change your mind after accepting a job offer. So it's something that you need to be wholeheartedly agreeing to when it comes to the relocation. So, for example, you're from Samar and the job opportunity is in Cebu. Will you be willing to relocate? And your recruiter would definitely be asking that even during the initial stages of your application. So you need to be transparent. Because eventually down the line, when you accept the job offer and you decide that it's not for you, then that's gonna be a roadblock, not just for the recruiter, but for you as well. So you are also hindering yourself from experiencing a smooth application process. So that's one. And then you also have to weigh on the costs, no? Of course, relocating would entail additional costs, unlike if you will be working from home or if you will be working nearby where your house is located. Is it something that's worth it? Is it something that would be beneficial to you given the offer that is being given by the job that you have accepted? So those are the things that you need to consider. Again, it all boils down to your priorities, and what is amenable for you at the current situation there.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Shai. We actually have a question in the audience po from Christine. So can you share examples of how a positive attitude has made a significant difference in an employee's performance or contributed to the overall culture of a company? So, Miss Jade, okay lang po ba ikaw yung unang sumagot nito po?
Sure. Okay. So here in a hospital setting, so we deal with patients day in and out. So you might have heard the term malasakit. So here in the hospital, we go the extra mile all the time, not just because we want, but because we think that's what our patient deserves. So here in the hospital, it's a domino effect, no? So we make sure that we provide a good experience to our employees, so that in return, our employees will also give a positive experience to our patients. So it's really something that you cannot pay, you cannot buy. Going the extra mile, just one patient telling you thank you, and just the thought of discharging a sick patient, mapauwi namin siya ng buhay, ng malusog, ng okay, is really an extra mile for us. So it gives a positive remark, not just for the hospital, but for the employee, him or herself, being able to touch a person's life. Not just a person, normally, if that's one patient, that means the patient has a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a daughter. So, isang buong pamilya yon. So we need to make sure that at the end of the day, we'll go home happy, tired but happy that we were able to help somebody, that you're able to extend the hand to somebody who needs help. So this is not in the job description that we need to do this, no, but this is something we do wholeheartedly because as an employee, we deserve the best experience. That's why we're also giving the best experience we can to our patients. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Jade. So, Miss Shai, your thoughts on the topic po?
Well, I think it's having a positive mindset regardless of which industry you choose. It's something that's very important, no? Because how you see your job impacts how well you do it. Okay. So if you are very positive, if you are very positive or if you have a very positive mindset, it translates to how passionate you become and how well you do on the job. Imagine if you go to work and, at the very onset of your day, you're already hot-headed. Pagdating mo sa trabaho, regardless if it's a face-to-face interaction with a colleague or if you read a bad email or an escalation email, if you do not have a positive mindset, you wouldn't last a day or two. 'Di ba? It would domino effect on everything that you do, starting from the time that you log into the shift up until the very last minute of your shift. It would have a domino effect. So, how you handle things at work, it's something that you need to kumbaga, you have to set yourself up for success even at the onset of your shift. And having a positive mindset is just one component to doing that. It's also very important because having that fosters good very well a very good working relationship with your colleagues. And again, if you are able to establish a good working relationship with your colleagues, it also translates to the teamwork that you put in on a day-to-day operations perspective, and that would translate to a job well done in terms of the metrics that you have.
Hmm. Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Jade and Miss Shaira. So yun naman po, no, important po talaga na ano tayo ng mga positive attitude, so it does not only reflect kung how well we work, kasi nagre-reflect din yan kung sino tayo personally. And also, dapat din natin ibigay yung deserve ng mga clients, customers, or patients natin sa ating workplace. Okay, ma'am. So Ma'am Shai and Ma'am Jade, so to wrap up po, ano po yung like ano po yung advice niyo po na mabibigay for the fresh graduates or yung mga students nagagraduate pa lang and will enter the world of work po? So Miss Jade, ikaw lang po mauna, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Yumi. All right, first of all, anything too much is not good, no? So being too much frank, being too much comfortable, being too much um, open is something not good. So I suggest that you just keep your goals on track. So you make sure that you set your priorities straight, and you make sure that you weigh your options right at the very onset. If the goal is to be able to succeed, it's not overnight success. So we take it one step at a time, and we make sure that we look back and thank the people who have helped us along the way. Where we are right now would not be the same if not for these people behind us. So stay grounded wherever you go, and however how high you have achieved, you make sure you stay grounded and be able to proudly say that I am here because my ground roots are like this, and I have a good strong support who really never give up on me. But at the same time, you stay focused. There might be a lot of roadblocks, sabi nga ni Shai, along the way, but you make sure that you ace every journey, every challenge that you'll be facing, because at the end of the day, there are no mistakes that you'll be incurring, but there are only lessons learned that you will bring with you every step of the way. So to our fresh graduates, to our alumni, and to our soon to graduate students of EAC, I would want to bring with you our prayers that in the near future we'll be able to see you face to face here in the hospital, or maybe in Shearwater with Shaira, that you bring with you the confidence that you've gained the past years that you have been taught in EAC, alongside the confidence and the happiness that you've had um, mingling with your classmates towards a successful career, startup career in the next few months. And make sure that you keep a good support system, a good set of friends with you who same who share the same career path, who share the same goals as you have, because all the more that they'll also help you achieve that same goal that you have. So there. Thank you very much, EAC. Thank you very much, Yumi, and also Shai. It's such a pleasure being on this stage with you guys.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am. And Miss Shai, your advice po to our fresh grads?
Thanks, Yumi. I was a fresh graduate once, although it feels like a lifetime ago. I was once a fresh graduate. And when I was a fresh graduate, a mentor once shared with me that it's very important for you to have a sponge mentality. No? And it's something that I also still bring with me up until this day, even when I'm 8 years down the line already. Why? Because um all the experiences that you will be encountering from the point of graduation onwards, whether it's rejection, whether it's acceptance, whether it's a promotion. It would teach you things that you will not be able to learn from the books. So you take in the good with the bad, and you use them to improve yourself and be a better version of yourself. You have a very good foundation. EAC has given you a very good foundation. So all you have to do now is to apply it into the real world. Focus on your goals, define your goals by knowing who you are, what are the things that you want to do. Stay in your own lane. You don't have to compare yourself with other people's timelines. You will be embarking on on your journey alone, on your own, but it's not going to be a lonely journey because you will meet a lot of people along the way that would help you be um a better version of yourself, and that you will definitely receive guidance from mentors who you are yet to meet at this point. So you don't have to be anxious. I know it may seem so scary at this point, but there will be good people out there who will eventually help you get where you need to be. And I really hope to see you face to face maybe in the future once you decide to apply for the CPO industry. So I'm really rooting for you, and I cannot wait to see you at the finish line. Thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure to join you in this session, Yumi and Jade and EAC.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Jade and Miss Shai, for that wonderful discussion po. And as our time comes to a close, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our esteemed panelists for their valuable insights and engaging discussion. So your expertise has truly enriched our understanding in career opportunities and industry highlights. And to our audience, thank you for your active participation and thoughtful questions. And remember, the conversation doesn't end here, and let's continue to learn, collaborate, and drive positive change together. So, Miss Shaira, Miss Jade, so thank you so much. And guys, if you are interested in applying to Shearwater CPO, so you just visit jobs180.com/CPO, Shearwater CPO. And for Makati Med, jobs180.com/Makati Medical Center. So there you have it. So thank you so much, Miss Shai, Miss Jade. So we are hoping to see you soon in our next set of webinars, and enjoy the rest of your day po. Thank you so much.
You too, Yumi.
All
Thank you.
right. Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am. So ayun, on behalf of Shearwater CPO and Makati Medical Center, so we appreciate your attendance and look forward to future opportunities to connect. So thank you so much. So there you have it, guys. So let us all clap for ourselves because that was a wonderful discussion in regards to ating career opportunities. So, ayun. So, we are done with the talk proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. So, do not forget to evaluate this event before we flash the evaluation link and the QR code. So, I would like to call on Miss Ah, I would like to call on Miss Nympha Leyva for the closing remarks, the Director of Center for Counseling, Career, and Student Development.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So I would like, we hope you enjoy attending the event. And
Miss Nympha, sorry to interrupt po. Your volume, ano po, hina po yung volume nyo.
my apologies. So good
Okay.
morning. Good morning, everyone. So we hope you enjoy attending our event for today. And thank you to our dear students for joining and also to our remarkable speakers for gracing your time. So we hope you gain insights. So for me, this closing remarks is more of my takeaways that I would like to share to our dear students. So job applications start with a professional resume because it is important that you have to market yourself more productively, like it includes your hard skills. Second, appearance does matter in the interview as well as on the job Your appearance can send messages to potential employers about your motivation, judgment, professionalism, and fit within the organization. For an interview, dear students, it's important that you have to communicate with respect, be comfortable, and most importantly, be yourself. According to our speaker, resiliency is a key skill to every candidate. So it is important that you have to adopt a growth mindset, nurturing your emotional intelligence, fostering social connections, prioritizing self-care, of course, managing your expectations, honing your skills, especially your problem-solving skills, and embracing adaptability while seeking and learning from opportunities because these are all breakthrough in terms of cultivating resiliency and excelling in your professional endeavors. So, dear students, I would like to end these closing remarks uh, coming from my favorite person, Michelle Obama. According to her, the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them. So once again, thank you everyone for joining and God bless us all.
Alright, so there you have it, guys. So do not forget to evaluate this event. So the link is flashed on your screen, and you can also scan the QR code and is also available at the comment section. So if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to send us a message on our Facebook page, facebook.com/jobs180, or to email us at info@jobs180.com. So thank you so much for attending and staying all throughout the event. And we would also like to thank Miss Iris, Miss Rona, and Miss Nympha for the hard work and coordination in making this event a success. So your dedication and efforts were instrumental, and we are truly grateful for everything you have done. So we hope that we have imparted insightful things that would help you as you embark on your journey to the world of work. So please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for, and do not forget to check our Facebook page and do not hesitate to join our future sessions. So jobs180.com is looking for interns. So for those of you who are interested, you can submit your resume link at jobs180.com/jobs180, or you may email us at info@jobs180.com. So in conclusion, I want to leave you with this thought. So, your career is a journey, and each day is an opportunity to build your path to success. So, take what you have learned today and use it as a stepping stone to reach your goals. And remember, the key to a successful career is a continuous learning, resilience, and a passion for what you do. So, go out there, pursue your dreams, and make a difference. So, thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you all the best in your career building endeavors. So the program has been concluded, and this is your host, Yumi, and we will see you soon. And don't forget to eat your lunch and have a happy day. So thank you so much, guys, and have a great day again.
In this constantly changing world where businesses move at a rapid pace, Innodata solves the toughest challenges in any industry through human expertise and the power of technology. We are a community that thrives on a culture of collaboration, ideation, and innovation. And we want you to be part of our family. Your journey towards a meaningful and thriving career begins with us. Be part of the Inno community. We are Innodata.
At a time when customers are demanding more value more rapidly, you need a transformation partner that can help make your customer experience your competitive differentiator. For years, RRD Go has been helping companies reinvent how they do business and reimagine how customers connect with their brand. Our customized solutions, deep industry expertise, and highly skilled global talent pool empower clients across every industry. We elevate customer engagement with targeted, interactive, and compelling omni-channel communications, and leverage tech-driven solutions to reimagine customer interactions and accelerate your transformation agenda. Our digital and workflow solutions generate actionable insights, enhance organizational flexibility, and simplify transactions. We harness the power of next-level technologies to bring new solutions to life. Everything from automation and data visualization to AI, AR, and beyond. By combining best-in-class, forward-looking technologies with some of the industry's best forward-thinking minds, we can help take your customer experience beyond what you thought was possible. Discover how. Visit rrd.com/go today.